Hello and welcome to another different edition on gratitude. My name is Logan Kopri Abramati. And on gratitude, we tend to tell our stories in a unique way. A lot of people have a particular and a peculiar story in which they tell people in order to encourage them in faith with the rate of depression in the society. I'm not the only one doing justice today. I have a special guest. This person is a mother, a mentor, a wife, a role model to a lot of people here in Nigeria and the world at large. Wow. You look splendid.
Thank you.
When can we meet you?
Thank you. I'm honored. It has been God. God is faithful.
God is good.
My name is Oliem Silvefunke Omanaye. I hail from Kogi State. I'm from Kaba. But from my local government is Kaba Bunu. I was born into the Lawal's family. My parents and I have my siblings. We're five by the grace of God. My parents, my dad's name is Elder David Adela Lawal. My mom, her name is my mom, she's and Mrs. Felicia Ife Lawal. I was born on the 22nd of March 1973. My place of birth, I was born in Kano State, around Nasarawa area in Kano. My upbringing was in fact, like 98% is in the north. I grew up in the north. My parents, after they got married, they moved to the north and they were shuffling between Kano and Zaria. Zaria is in Kaduna State. My mom was working in Kano. My dad was schooling and at the same time working in Zaria before we now later settled permanently in Zaria. I had my primary education in Zaria. That was at ABU Staff School. ABU Staff School was great. It was a wonderful experience. We had very good teachers that helped us, not just the academical aspect, also the area of morals, behavior, character. It taught us a lot of things. And my primary school was like, it's an experience that I'll never forget. We had so many activities. Like, I was a very good runner. I was a sporty. When I was in primary school, I used to run. I loved 400 meters dash, 100 meters relay. I remember then, I did very well in sports in primary school. We had cultural activities. I participated from my primary 1 to 6. It's either Hausa dance or Igbo, Yoruba, We did so many things. Poems, those poems are really, reciting those poems really helped me in life. To look as if it was just like play or like just trying to have fun. But later in life, I realized that I was really impacted in me. I had some friends that I had in primary school, like Yinka Tidla, Nana Idris. We was been together from primary school, and we've also helped and learned a lot from each other growing up. But later, after my primary school education, I attended the Federal Government Girls College, Bakori. Bakori is somewhere around in Funtua in Katsina State. And my secondary school was, I was there for like 6 years. It was also a great experience. In fact, what I learned so much. Till today, me and my secondary school mates, but I keep referring to what I learned. This has brought me up. I've become this person today because of what I learned in my secondary school. Had a very strict principal that people that graduated in 1979, much earlier, they still talk about it, refer to her till today, Mrs. Robinson. You know, I remember me in secondary school, 3 a.m. to wake you up to start working. For preparing for sanitation, you know, to go to school, you have to wake up early. You know, there was a routine. There was time to sleep, you have siesta, there's time to go for prep, so it has really shaped me and made me to know that life is not a bed of roses, you know, you have to follow it, you have to wake up. Yes,
Do the needful.
and do this way because time waits for no one, or time will not wait for you if you don't move. You know, they taught us all that, and you know, it was a great experience. And after my secondary school, I attended after my secondary school living certificate, my university education. I attended Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where I studied BSc International Studies. It was also it was also another experience, university experience, you know, and meeting people, learning so many things, and just a different experience from my growing up, primary and secondary. You know, when you have grown older, you are beginning to see life in another way. You mean that you have to be more careful, you have to think well, you have to refocus so that you don't miss it. You know? My parents keep telling me, especially my mom, that remember the child you are in your right to that not your to show. If you miss it, that's all. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't be too fast. Don't just remember God and remember your background, where you're from, and what you aim, and your aim, what you want to achieve, you know, in future, so that your destiny, your future will be bright. And you know, so many they gave us good advice from home, and then God has been faithful. God was there all the way. I just want to master educated. God was with me all through my education, and when I finished my university, I was posted to Lagos for my national youth service. Yes, my youth service, where I served at Nigerian Institute of International Affairs for that 1 year. It was also a great experience, you know. There, immediately I finished, I got a job with the telecoms company. I was working hand in hand with MTN, Global, and also Globacom. So I worked with them for a while. And I gained a lot of experience in that aspect. So after my work experience there, I now relocated to the north.
No wonder your Hausa is that strong. Mommy, what has been your experience growing up? Ours childhood. Why been?
My experience growing up is interesting. It's an interesting one. When I was young, when I was small, from let's say I can remember 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we were living in Samaru, Zaria, with my parents, my siblings, then we were three. At least we were three. Especially me and my elder brother. Actually, let's just say my elder brother were living with our parents, and the environment was a populated one. So my parents were very cautious, especially my mom. She was very careful. She was vigilant. She was like, she has to know where you have entered, where you are, what you are doing, and you know, she will make sure that she will make sure that we are properly guided. You know, way through nursery school at that time, and of course we had the woman that was taking care of us. Call her Merenu. Then Hausa woman, you know, that was in care of us, to take care of us, and so it was really interesting because where we were living then, we had to also um, adapt with the culture, with Hausa culture, the way their way of life, what they eat, some things, the way they do and all that, those I enjoyed it. It was okay, and after a while, we now moved to the university staff quarters. That's the staff quarters, a very beautiful place, the atmosphere, the area, trees everywhere, beautiful trees, flowers. You see birds. Yeah, so many nests, birds flying all over. Very cool. Very nice environment. The environment alone will even make you feel good with yourself. Then, and we had very good neighbors. I don't know how it just happened. Naturally, it was as if we all knew each other before, or we are from the same family. There was just so much love, peace, unity, cooperation among the neighbors. You could vote for each other. You could trust each other. And in terms of children behavior and what they do, whether bad character, good character, they don't. A neighbor will not say, this is not my child, it's my child. Another neighbor will flog you, will warn you and discipline you, and also advise you. There was the children also in the neighborhood who were so close till today. Most of us don't say ourselves, we remember our past. We just thank God that God was with us from the way, and we were well brought up, and that discipline, it was something else. And we still had how would I put it? We engaged ourselves as children in so many activities. High jump, catch, frog jump. We had this treasure hunt that we had a lot of even white neighbors. I can remember Mr. Fisher. One time he organized the treasure hunt for the community. It was nice.
Oh, you didn't do 10%,
Oh, thank you so much. Especially in my primary school. Till tomorrow, not even today, we'll still talk about what I tell with my classmates. Then, 10 was something else. We used to play 10, and many other games. It was really a wonderful time. So and then my experience also growing up in our house, my siblings, we were close with my brothers. My sister was still there before my sister came much later. Yes, she came much later, and we were there for each other. Whenever we want to do something, or we want to always make sure we back ourselves, so that this person will not be punished. We just save ourselves from things that maybe we would have done something wrong. Cover up. Yes, we cover up for ourselves, and we were there for ourselves. We advised each other. Also, we fight and we settle. We're close we're very close to my siblings. My mom was a very strict one. She was no nonsense. She would not want to even pardon him in this. My dad, at least he will, once he just says his own and he has warned you and all that, he will put up and like, Mom, no, I'm drawing your place. And I learned a lot, and I appreciate her today, because so many things I will look like, this man is wicked, this woman is always on my neck, this woman, my mom, she will not allow you to rest, all those things that we're now seeing the importance. No, we're not seeing the effect that, no, in fact, she really meant well, not what the other way we're thinking then. My mom, she will tell you that, 6 a.m. you have to be awake. Once we heard the door open like this, I'll just jump up. Oh yeah, your morning duty shall say, everybody has his own
allocated.
Yes, allocated where you have to do your own chores before you go to school. I have to get ready and go to school, do all that. she doesn't know that you're a boy or not. Everybody must pound yam. Do this.
You always want to.
Ah.
Yam is very
Even
soft
the
too.
boys, so not even me, I mean, talking of me, the girl. My mom will say her water is too much. She wants to do this. She doesn't like buying things, you know.
One.
She wants to make it herself. She will buy tubers of yam in bulk. Will peel. She will do it. She'll just do but she wants to make it in bulk. She will make this thing they call I don't know, is it locust beans? She will buy it. Will do it. And again, she loved to farm. Because there was so much space in the university, she will still, and most of it she will still plant, both of them will plant, would harvest, in fact. But we give God the glory. Now we remember, we laugh and we just appreciate at least we should get for it. And you must eat anything she cooks, so there's nothing like you are saying this one is you are selecting, if you don't eat it, you will not eat that day. So that's also helped. Now I'm not really choosy. Can't say I'm choosy about a particular particular food or something. No, because to me, I was very and the spiritual aspect. My mom is a church person. We attended Equa Church. Yes, Equa Church there in Zaria, and she always make sure also I would go for all the activities.
Oh, thank you very much, Romy. How did you mix that? Mommy laughed.
Oh, how did I mix? What so? Interesting. Well, it all happened like a joke, you know. I didn't take it serious. I didn't find everything just happened fast like that. It was just God. His sister was my roommate in my final year in the university. Trust. And we're close. She invited me. Let me see. We are following me home for Easter. You spend Easter with me and with me this time around. So I don't agree now. But this was 3 days. We left on for 2 days. 2 days or something. I can't remember. I went to their house. When I met her parents, and we interacted with the mom, we gisted and we talked. I was around them that Easter period. We went to church together and all that time. And then I left back to school. And when I finished school, I was in Lagos serving, and my friend came to Lagos one time. I was like, my mom is serious. So she was like, that your friend? Which one? Well, she had a lot of friends. That's that one, that MEC. That would be nice. So if MEC and we could just get it. She was so straightforward about she was just surprised when she didn't expect just get married, and she didn't say it once or twice like that. But said, I would like her to meet my son. We just laughed about it, we didn't take it serious and all that. So when she was getting married, of course I went for the wedding. And when I got to the wedding, I met her brother. I met him, like that. One thing led to another. It worked.
All right. When you went for the wedding, were you washing plates? Are you serving food? What about was that?
Our friends of the bride were up and doing, helping to see that things were in place, organizing, and like that.
And that
was it. That was it. But when I went to their house, that Easter period, of course, with the everything we washed the plate, cook, and stop his.
So they saw the character.
Yeah.
And said, this is a woman of virtue. Mommy, how has motherhood been so far?
How has motherhood been so far? It has been God all the way. Don't mind me, always say it has been God all the way, because indeed, actually, it has been God all the way. Yes, motherhood has been, it has been taxing, and it has been wonderful at the same time, you know. God blessed me with three lovely, wonderful children. I have a boy who's the firstborn, Damola, then two girls, Olapimbi and Muraola. They are wonderful children. I thank God for giving that to me. Raising them up, God has been faithful. He has provided, He has given us all it takes to bring them up the way we want them. We want them to be brought up more. And we have also made sure that as they are growing up, they always factor in God. Put God first, and we'll taught them a lot of things and how to, and we're still on it. God has put them in our hands to nurture them, to bring them up in the world, that we're still on it. And so far, God has helped us, The mother is in university now. He's doing well. The sisters are coming up to the glory of God. Yes, and God has also blessed him with spiritual children that are very dear.
People like coastlines.
They are very dear and they are very dear and important to me, I just want to thank God for how God has helped me able to be a mother to them. It's just God's wisdom, God's grace that's helped me. God, especially in the area of marriage, there have been one or two or some cases of marital issues, and just one or two words that God just lay in my heart, and you find out that things will just
turn around for God.
In fact, I just can't explain it. God has just been there, and has made things just work well.
Mommy, how has ministry shaped you so far?
The ministry has really turned things around for me. It has transformed me from who I used to be. Ministry has made me to be cautious and to be more focused and dedicated in the things of God. That made me to be more hardworking. So it has been great. Ministry has been good all the way. What's about in the aspect of prayer? And the aspect of prayer, God indeed answers prayers. In the area of prayers, it has been fantastic, My husband is also a prayer person, so we usually come together in one accord to cry unto God, and God has not failed us. Pray for our immediate family, pray for our spiritual children, pray for the church, and we are seeing results. I remember when we first started the ministry too. It was prayer that brought us to where we are now. And there's so many challenges on the way, hiccups, all stuff, but as we're persistent in prayers, we're just
Scaling through.
honestly, and that was it. Bless God.
Mommy, at 50, how do you feel? How can you express this kind of feelings?
How do I feel?
Butterfly. Golden Jubilee.
I feel so good. There's just this internal joy from within that I can't express. I can't explain that I'm feeling right now. And again, I just can't believe it's 50.
I actually did a personal survey, more or less like investing up as per investigative journalist, I understand. So I did that, and I was like, I told people that he's 50, what's stupid? And they're like, calm down now. Mom is not 50 because she doesn't look like 50. But mommy, what's the secret? You're just looking young. Looking young.
Nothing, no. Nothing, no. It's just God. So, well, it's God all the way. Then apart from that, maybe most times I try to to balance my diet, take a lot of these days, take a lot of fruits, vegetables, and most times I take a walk around the estate and around
That means you have
my area. I do. I have canvas. Just involve myself in one or two exercises that
So those are your daily routines, day in, day out.
Yes.
One of these days out. Choice. So, Mom, what's your advice for the upcoming generation? Talking about this computer age, the rate of divorce, the rate at which people nurture their children, and the way people behave, character. In this generation, you barely see people of good characters. But there are still people of dignitaries who still live up to the standard of God. So what's your advice?
My advice for the upcoming generation is that you shouldn't just jump into anything. Don't be in a haste, don't be in a hurry, especially in terms of the area of maybe youth, maybe looking for your future partner, your life, someone you want to spend the rest of your life with. First of all, you don't just look one side. This person is doing well, this or just, and then neglect the other part. You need to be very sure. You need to understudy and at least try and observe and notice. Is this person of a good character? Because that character is very important. Because most times you find that when today you find maybe a guy or a lady say, I've not gotten someone, or I keep going in and out of relationship. What you need to check yourself. It could be your character. It's not all about prayers. Prayers is important. Prayer must be there, but you have to check yourself to your attitude, your behavior, your character. It's very important for you, so that most of the time you just wonder, why are people running away from me? What are people hostile? Yes, or people that just a bit different. But you could find that could be your manner, the way you behave. So character is key. You need to be prayerful also. That's my advice for them. You need to be prayerful. Put God first in whatever you do, because that's the only way that you get the results. When you put God first and you trust Him, God will not fail you. He will make sure that as the way you plan, the way you want things to be for you, that's the way it will be. And when you find out that there's the one delay or the other, at times, just know that maybe there's a purpose. God is preparing something better for you ahead than what you yourself think that this is what's best for me. It might not be the bishop, it might not be the way it is. When you allow God to direct you, you make a difference in life.
When you allow God to direct you and make a difference in your life. I wonder, what can you say about the manner of dressing? This generation, the manner of dressing with the way people dresses, not knowing, especially when you don't know the kind of husband they're going to get married to.
It matters. Your manner of dressing matters, because there are times that maybe I'm driving along and driving my way to town, and you just see some ladies dressed. There's no normal sane man that want to, this person I want to spend the end of my life with. Most times that maybe they're half naked, everywhere revealing. Everything should be in moderation. Anything you do, your dressing should be must be in moderation. We don't excesses with you. Look as if maybe you're having fun, but later you even start regretting it. By the time you now start checking yourself, you know that maybe it's too late. So our dressing must be moderate, because there's no God-fearing man, there's no man that came out of him to be responsible and that want to marry a girl that just dresses anyhow. Even all these guys in the around that maybe they drink, they go to club and all that, they don't end up not marrying them. they'll just have fun and all that. At the end of the day, they still go and look for that decent girl that is well brought up, dresses well and all that. So it's very important. The area of dressing is important because everything must be, you must be good. No, you must take care of yourself, dress well, you must be appealing. If you are someone that just does everything, dress shabbily, unkempt, and don't want to drive people away from you. So you know that you should not
Do good.
yeah, you should not look good, but your dressing must be 100%.
So it's not as if you don't want you to dress moderate. It's essential because if you see, you don't know the kind of person you're going to get married to tomorrow. You never can say. You can get married to a pastor or a politician. Know everybody have their passports. Make sure that you try your best to live up to the expectations of God. And we thank you very much for coming, for accepting us to come and hear how peculiar your story is, and thank you for giving us your word of advice. Thank you for being a source of inspiration to this generation and the world at large. A lot of people, and I actually met one or two people, what they actually said about it, what I've been able to see is, you're a woman of few words. If humility was a person, if humility was a person, then that should be human. Thank you very much, and we pray that 60 is knocking on the door.
Amen.
60.
Amen.
Then the sky will be the beginning. Like I said at the beginning, gratitude is something very powerful. It's a very powerful catalyst for happiness. No matter what you do in life, always have the spirit to be grateful. No matter the circumstances, just know that every step you take in life is a step forward. And just know that in everything you do in life, just have the spirit to be grateful. They say anybody that did not thank God for yesterday will not see more today. When you thank God for one finger, it's absolutely going to show you his arm. So that's the end of today's edition on gratitude. I still remember my humble self, Lovely Kokwe Abraham Martin. Thank you very much. Bye bye. I have with me Pastor Rotimi Omonai, a man of few words. If humility was a person, that would be Daddy. And he is very down to earth. He goes straight to the point. I have seen people and I've met people all my life, but Daddy is different. Not because Daddy is here, just that his sense of humor is great. And Daddy will never see faults in you. And till now, I've not seen faults. And I've asked a lot of people, Daddy, about it. Thank you for coming, Daddy.
Thank you, sir.
And it has been positive, but we know that no matter how you walk, there's no how head will not shake. And that's to their own points of view. And I thank you for being a blessing to the body of Christ. I want to ask, who is a righteous woman?
As a righteous woman is said by a righteous woman is a woman that is quiet, that is reserved, that is manageable, that is godly, has a fear of God. I can manage her home very well, and my children especially is she manages her children properly. So and the Bible describes her as a ruby heart. A woman that is precious. She knows her value.
Daddy, 20 years of love togetherness. What has kept you going?
It has been God on the way, because when we started, initially it was we went through a lot of turbulence. There were hiccups initially because things ran through right while we started, you know. So because well, at the time we had gotten married when we were now moved to Abuja. I think after like 8 or 9 months. So initially we were both not working. She was not working, I was not working, and we just moved into the town. Actually, before we got married, she was in Lagos and she was working in Lagos. But what happened was I schooled in the south. So, but when she now told me that she wanted to get married, so the option was for me to maybe come to Lagos. Well, I schooled in the south, and I know people can already bank on. Because I were just relying on friends that we had friends, because I need those good, but I didn't want to rely on the friends I have who I need leaders. So I just said that. So I was living in Kaduna, so we both grew up in the north. So we knew that probably then I had an officer. I was doing something in Kaduna. I'm most likely I've come to Abuja for business, but the business was not doing too well, you know. So apparently at some point the now just like decided to come totally. So that initial part, I had to sell off my car to move to Abuja, several other things. So it was like, in fact, it was by starting from zero. Yes, okay, she was not working, I was not working. Both prayers, possibly God had a reason for that. And why would, because it was after we got to Abuja, I said, why did we not even come to Abuja? Because I had something, at least that business I was doing in Kaduna, as at that time, about 20 years ago, would fetch me on the least I make on a daily basis was like 5,000 now.
Then
Yes, way back then, which was enough to at least get her, which is in a month I could make about 200,000, do something, which was enough to take care of petrol first. But when I saw, although Kaduna was already dying, you know, there was like, there was some passion to Kaduna, people were so with us, sort of us were so misdone, it was like zero. There are times that even to eat was a bit difficult. You could not even eat, it was difficult. To pay rent was difficult. But in all this, I had always been, I had this godly thing inside of me. So I found like a So God, no, I had not gotten close to church to where I am now, but God told me, we were fighting. You know, we were fighting now, and we were fighting because you say, and if I tell you to go and put your hand in fire, will you put your hand in fire? If I tell you to leave Kaduna, I said, but we'll let for a good reason. We cannot, I cannot come to Abuja, and things will just start to happen automatically. It takes time, and this one, that one. I said, we kept on fighting. Then went to one day, Uncle K on the slate. And my own uncle, uncle is a general in the Air Force, and uncle was an ambassador. So they are friends, so they connected, and I don't know, the mother came, we fought. I said I was tired and all that. So when he told me, said, the mother just said I should come and meet him, that's the ambassador. So now went, he told me a lot of things and said we should not pray. So shortly after, God spoke to me. But one day, the brother said that people will come together, that is going to bless us. I think it was something that I knew I had, and I had it clear. And if we served him, he said if we served him, we'll come together and serve him, that is going to bless us. And that's why it served me somehow. Funny enough, without our money, I came to Abuja with 17,000 naira in my account. So just 17,000 after that was what we came with. And one with the money at first. So that's how you can imagine. Yes, imagine things struggling. This struggle, but somehow, fortunately, and when I told her, gradually we started to understand ourselves. That's before the end of that year, we were living in a compound of 4 flats. We were the first thing that from nowhere we had the money. We were like looking at ourselves as if, but we were able to pay it right. There were still little things that came up, but somehow God has upon from one to one. I started moving the level of involvement in the things of God, moving it up and scaling it fun with further exporters. So it's then she's a worldwide person. We understand we're so the funny thing is that we're so close. We work together, we do things together. So we're always like best of friends. Though we fight like two of us. We always we do our activities. Like if not for it, we'll have come to the office now. And when I've got to work, I'll be close together. But even when I'm doing, we are meeting clients. Zara is willing to come in. But anywhere that you see me, she's like some few meters away from. So anywhere I go to,
Firstly, love birds.
what?
Love birds. Oh, let us say love of birds.
We've just been friends, and now they call me like best of friends. But sometimes I don't go to the back house, so people see me. The next thing they say, where is mother? Because they see us together with two things. So that's how, there's love, very helping
God is helping
and helping.
Daddy, in 3 words, describe one.
I've said part of what she's on the quiet side.
Quiet.
She's so loud. She's saying, and she's more prudent than I am over. So most of the morning I'll be doing, she manages the morning, but that me, I don't know how God has what we know when people come to me and when before our doors or seek up and she's managing what we had. She's also called. She's tall in the Tate Nations, but she's tall. She's not taller than Kyle.
And lastly, Daddy, why are you humble?
Why am I?
Why are you so humble? Why are you down?
It's not me. I'll be down to it because I grew up in a business community. You understand? And my dad he's a cop. And my dad, and naturally, my dad is a very humble. My dad can be friends to a 2-year-old plus you see him play with you and that's what is something that so for me to I don't know, that's just the nature that God has given. You understand? That's just my nature, It's not that I pretense or something that I brought you down. Get close to any person work. We understand left hand set up, and somehow it's helping me because some places that I go to, we find out that maybe someone that ordinarily looked down and you didn't look down on the person, and then somehow the person wants to compensate you. You understand? I say, come on. And you know, find out that sometimes you go to an office, somebody is going to do for the director in the office or the head of the department, and find out that what I will get in the office will come from maybe the person at the gate or a security man or maybe even the messenger. But this thing will come in. The person that's in charge is also the better school. And meanwhile, some people will have packaged themselves for the big boss, but they wouldn't get it. So it's just like, so it has its disadvantage because also people want to get to you. There are some people because I've noticed that sometimes if you're humble, some people take you for granted. And people also just want to do whatever they do, but sometimes what things is natural. And God is always helping me. Because some people I fall into some kind of situations. The ordinary, sometimes I tell people, I tell my women this person that is taking me for granted. If you have handled this issue or handled this person, this person will do it because you handle the person like
not playing intelligence.
Yes, you not play. You just the person knows you have. So, but most times when the few you are humble, people want to know. We want to ride on you, misbehave, and like that. But it's my nature. I cannot run away from it. So that's the culture. But also some people take, when you're humble and you don't, some people when they see me, they say, this guy is so arrogant. There are so many people that say, a lot of people say it. You might just say it because you have a neutral mind. But a lot of people know that maybe they're in a competition with you or they say, this person is so arrogant, is so proud, so and it's that. Maybe because they've not really known the kind of person that
looking at the rate in which you play with children in church, not minding anyone looking at you. No, but because their parents are there.
You know, as I told you, it's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. And that is how it does come. Even when I was in university, when I come home, in the place that my dad had his office, there are so many household, and we've come, it's almost like, Ochime has come, people will be celebrating, just is true. Like I come back, because I'm from business, so I go to, even when I come back from school, the next day, I'm going to work. My father is pushing me to. You see my dad with some little children, maybe like 2 years, 3 years, they would just come and open the door to the office because they would ask, what's me at home? He has come back from school. So they would just see small children would just come and start opening. My dad would say, what are you looking for? They'll say, your friends are coming. They know that because you have come, they know that you have. So they are happy that because somehow you reach out to them, maybe buy things like that. So they are happy. So it's just a natural thing. It's not.
I prefer
And even up to today, some of them still come. Some that have not seen it, they will call me. They had them social in their picture. I want to know this one. So,
Thank you so much, Daddy,
Thank
for
you.
coming. Thank you for
thank you.
taking your time.
No
Yes, sir.
problem.
Thank you so
God
much. We
bless you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That's all.
That's all. Just got it.